Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. I wanted to show you Mr. Otis. Look, Mr. Otis has one, I believe this is what's called an ascot. And I got this for him and it says Buckingham Palace on it. Doesn't he look so regal? He's gone British. Okay, so listen, today what I want to talk to you about, very serious stuff. And a lot of us may have missed this, and I think it definitely warrants a revisit, only because this is something that can affect all of us, even you. And we need to pay very close attention to what is actually happening. A while back, Harry joined the Aspen Institute, and he's trying to label all of this hate that he and his wife are getting. He's trying to label it as misinformation. And we know that we had certain people out there trying to discredit us YouTubers, and the fight continues. And we need to keep a close eye on this because, you know, Meghan and Harry are trying to plant themselves here in the States as a formidable company brand that has a voice, that wants to try to interject a lot of things that are going to give them credibility to increase their brand and awareness. Be gone with us peons. Let's people who have a voice now, thanks to platforms such as YouTube and others, that we can voice our opinions about them, because we have our own way of getting our information out there, and we're no longer subjected to the PR spin and the news and the things that they plant out there for us to see. And this is why they're trying to make it so official, because they know they have no way back really into the royal family. If that does happen, it will not be with Meghan. Harry will be by himself, and Meghan will be off on her own, single, trying to do what she's trying to do now with Harry. Voicing concerns about an avalanche of misinformation in the digital world, Prince Harry is joining the Aspen Institute's new Commission on Information Disorder as a commissioner. And someone like Harry, who is able to just say, I'm Prince Harry, let me on your board, let me be a part of this, because I want to voice my opinion about it, because I really do care about misinformation. And you know what is so crazy is that he and his wife are the biggest proponents of misinformation. They are the ones that put out the proven lies. And this is why it's so disgusting that he even wants to be a part of something like this. They should immediately say, you lie, you lie. Like we saw Oprah. We saw the way you guys went out there and put out misinformation. You're not coming to sit on our board of commissioners because you are a proven liar. Like this is what someone on this Aspen Institute's board should have said. They should have said, you're not allowed because of how you've behaved, and your actions are not what we want behind our work. We're trying to work against people like you. Essentially. 14 other commissioners and 3 co-chairs will conduct a 6-month study on the state of American misinformation and disinformation. And I tell you something right now, that Oprah Winfrey interview better be a part of it. They better be looking at that as part of their study. Journalist Katie Couric, Color of Change, President Rashid Robinson, and Chris Krebs, the former director of the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, are the co-chairs. Now, this information crisis undermines confidence in our democratic institution and strikes right at the foundation of society, Krebs has said in a statement. Now, that's what Aspen, a leading nonprofit, wants to examine. This disinformation. The Institute announced its Commission on Information Disorder in January earlier this year with a mandate to develop actionable public-private responses. What y'all talking about? The commission will begin to meet in April and will hold series of briefings with outside experts. Aspen's plan calls for an interim report after about 60 days that surveys and frames the information disorder problem and prioritizes the most critical and urgent issues according to the Institute, and then lists actionable solutions and recommendations in the fall. Now, the list of commissioners released Wednesday morning includes includes prominent figures, former Texas Congressman Will Hurd, Sue Gordon, the former principal deputy director of national intelligence, and Catherine Murdoch, the co-founder and president of Quadrivium and daughter-in-law of Rupert. But surely the most notable name is Prince Harry, who has been in the public eye in recent weeks thanks to his interview with Oprah Winfrey. Now, and we know since then a couple of other things that they've been interjecting. Harry and Meghan, they sat down with Winfrey and they explained all these things of why they stepped back from the royal family in their senior roles. They definitely leveled criticism of the British press during that time. And if you've seen my video with me on the train talking about the press and how this was not what they wanted to say about the misinformation, check that out, because really they're trying to say the press was part of this reason why they left the royal family. And we know firsthand that this is not true. Meghan, in my other video, wanted to leave from the very beginning. She needed a reason. And I've talked about that. Check that out, that video. So his own personal experiences with the media, particularly with lies and nonsense spread about his own life, are likely to inform his contributions to the commission. And that is exactly right. He is not trying to find solutions because he wants to do the most good for most people. He is doing it for selfish reasons. He wants to be a part of this commission because it will have a direct effect on his own personal life. He's trying to do it from a bird's eye view to say, y'all down there on this commission, let me tell you what you need to do, because I'm way up here and I can tell you right now, things ain't looking so good for me and my wife. We up here flying high, looking down at what's going on, what the people are saying about us, and we don't like it. And so he wants to try to interject something that's going to affect him personally. And this is what I have a problem with. You need to take y'all foreign butt out of our country and go back to Great Britain, where you belong, to do the most good for the people of your own country. This is why you were given the privileges that you even have. It's because of what your commitment to your country is supposed to be. And for Harry to be over here in our country, in America, trying to do things to affect our laws and our people to support his foreign life in our country is absurd. And it needs to not go forward. It's appalling to me that he is even able to be on this board. It should not be accepted. It should be rejected, in my view. Now, I just want to look at what he has said. So let's look at this. The experience in today's digital world has inundated with an avalanche of misinformation affecting our ability as individuals. No, affecting your ability as a foreigner in our country. Because you can't come over here and tell lies and misrepresent yourself and your wife, misrepresenting what it is that you do in our country, and people accept that. He is trying to put a spin on this to make it look like he's trying to help the individuals, but it's really to help himself. So it is my belief that this is a humanitarian issue, he said. I am eager to join this new Aspen Commission and look forward to working on solution-oriented approach to the information disorder crisis. And the misorder disinformation crisis that we have on our hands, particularly, is that of Harry and his wife. You are the misinformation crisis because you tell lies. You don't even say who the person was that was, you say, racist against your unborn child. You won't even put that information out there, but you want to have people speculate about it. You want people to be like, was it Prince Charles? Was it my brother, the future king of England? Was it him? Who was it? So they're putting out information to hurt others, to hurt his family. And Meghan particularly puts out lies about her own misinformation when she puts out spin with her PR agency. There were two in particular that I can recall most recently within the last couple of weeks. One was that Meghan has reached out to her father to see how he is doing since his stroke, trying to mend fences with the royal family in particular as well. These are all lies. I know firsthand that she hasn't reached out to her father. That was a lie. And then all the information that she allows to be put out there about her sister Samantha by her wackadoos, the Sussex Squad people, and the things that they've been saying about her sister that we know are lies. Thank goodness that Samantha has this defamation case going forward because of all the lies that Meghan put out about her own sister. This right here is so upsetting and appalling to me that people are not looking at the actual facts. And being on this commission, somebody that needs to counter this Harry and his wife and their nonsense, because this stuff can't go forward. I mean, really? And this is how he's able to get his butt on this commission, because he could give them money. And they should be like, look, I don't want your money. This needs to be an authentic commission study. And there has been misinformation put out there. I will not deny that. Things around COVID in itself. And people have their own theories around that. I get it. But a lot of that is people's opinion. You can't call people's opinion or people's constructive criticism about who you are and say you're putting out misinformation. No, we're putting out information that you don't like. You don't like it. So you're going to try to label it as misinformation, and that's wrong. We got to smack that down. That cannot go forward because that's a bunch of nonsense. The commission is funded by Craig Newark's philanthropic endeavors. So Krebs said in a statement that the commission is striving to have diversity of viewpoints. Well, let me tell you something. I can give you some great diversity of viewpoints. That's right. Okay, you can have Prince Harry's viewpoint, somebody who is wealthy, white, and from a very aristocratic type family, or you can have me, a black woman who is trying to pay her bills every day. You can have my viewpoint. Now, you put in someone like me that represents someone like me, or even myself, on something like this, and then I will respect the different viewpoints that they're trying to aim for. But if everybody on this board of commissions is equally looked at as same wealth economic viewpoint, someone that is from a high privileged profile viewpoint, and you're only looking at those people's viewpoints, this is not going to be, in my opinion, what they should be striving for. And they say diversity of viewpoints. So I think I would represent, or someone like me would represent, great diversity in a viewpoint. And I hope that this is what they end up doing. So this is one of those things where we really need to look at what is their diversity of viewpoints, because I think Prince Harry does not represent a diverse viewpoint. He and his wife are in real time trying to suppress the voices of people on YouTube and other platforms. We know from this report that has come out most recently earlier this year from this tech company, and we all know about that. We all know about the report that came out on this misinformation that I believe was commissioned by Harry and Meghan. I'm gonna just keep it real. It was commissioned by them. That's my opinion, okay? My opinion. So moving forward, we have to see, because I think this gets into a whole lot of different areas that really shut out our rights as Americans to free speech. And I believe they're trying to use this misinformation and spin it in a way to affect us Americans who have our constitutional rights to free speech. And trying to come in with your information to increase your brand and to stop getting your feelings hurt because you don't like what people are saying about you, Prince Harry. You can't try to get yourself put into a position of privilege in the States to have a direct influence on your personal life. It should not happen. So you need to get to step and get out of here. Get out of our country on commissions like this in the States, because you don't belong there.